Hooray, hooray, a beautiful new sketchbook. I feel like a real artist. Empty pages, full of promise. This is going to be the best sketchbook ever. But wait, what have I mucked up? What if my art isn't worthy of this sketchbook? Sounding familiar? Well, how do you start a new sketchbook? I didn't even know this was a problem other people shared until I saw lots of comment on YouTube about it. And yeah, so I thought I'd show you how I have started new sketchbooks. A quick tour to see how I have resolved this problem. So we're just looking at the first couple of pages. Nothing on the first page of that one. And then a sketch. So my solution, leave the first page blank. Another one where I've left the first page blank. Yet another one where I've left the first page blank. This seems to be a popular choice. I thought it was just me being strange and not ever filling in the first page. Now this one does have a picture on it, but it wasn't the first thing I did. So I find that's a possible thing. This is the first thing I did, and when I was feeling a bit more relaxed, I went back and filled in that page. Now, these are interesting in that these are ones that I did a long, long time ago when I was in my teens. And I didn't seem to have a problem then filling in the first page. Actually, it might have been a bit later than my teens, but early, young adult. And yeah, I had a very specific purpose when I was doing that. I just wanted to write this poem that I found, and then I just did a little loose decoration to it. This one kind of the same dates from when I was a teenager, but does contain stuff going through the years. But again, I obviously had a specific design in mind and started that. So I did begin on the first page. What did I do at the back? I sometimes begin at the back. I think I began at the back on this one as well. Or I went to the back. Sometimes that seems less pressurised to be at the back of the sketchbook. And it's actually quite a good idea sometimes just to test out your paints, a new palette. I was experimenting with different primaries to see what kind of range you got. So yeah, I didn't start at the beginning. On the beginning page, I started on the second page, and then I also bravely began at the back. Another good solution, this is coming up to present day again, is, well, two good things to do here. One is to have a ring-bound sketchbook, and then you can rip out anything you don't like. And I've certainly got old sketchbooks where there aren't that many pages left. I've just left in what I liked, so that's a good solution. But also I just use the first page to, I mean, this is a cheap sketchbook, so it's not wildly precious. That is obviously sometimes helpful if you feel nervous about putting work into a sketchbook. And I didn't do anything on the first page, and I've used it just to test out my paints when I'm painting something else. And this one's much the same, but I've actually started to doodle on it, so you can actually make artwork if you want out of, I mean, I wanted to doodle. It's nothing very significant. I just wanted to use my hands, and I thought, oh, I'll make little animals out of the shapes of the paint. So the thing is to try and keep the beginning of a sketchbook low pressure, and if the pressure's too high, go to the second page. A couple more recent examples where, since I've been aware of the problem, this one actually has, I don't know if this psychologically helped. This is a watercolour sketchbook, and this isn't watercolour quality paper, it's just that sort of initial sheet they sometimes have before you get onto the stock of the book. So somehow that helps, that you open it and that's not the first thing you see, nothing to begin with. So I was brave and I did some work on there. And this one where I was really, really brave. I just began. Okay, not on that bit specifically, and I probably will put some stuff in there, but I just wanted to try out this new sketchbook with the coloured paper. And this last one, which is now completed, and I shall be doing a sketchbook tour soon. And again, I was very brave. I really did start on this page. Maybe this thing of having the extra piece of paper, which isn't part of the painting stock, is a way around that. I don't know. So, in my excitement over this lovely sketchbook, I then bought the larger version, which is the one that I'm going to do something in today. And even though it also has that, I'm still going to start, not on this page, but on the next one. So I thought I'd have a go at a little hedgehog today, and for inspiration and reference I found a nice picture on Pixabay. I've actually flipped the picture horizontally because I'm left-handed and it's easier to paint starting the head on the right-hand side so that I don't cover up my work as I go, and also the gestures for the fur and the spines would probably be more natural moving in a right-left direction than the other way. I start with a really simple pencil outline and just a little bit more detail in the eye, and then I just get painting. Want to keep it quite loose. Stick around to the end of the video to discover the next painting challenge. I've sped up the painting process a little, and I will leave you with some bird sound which I was listening to while I painted it. So we've reached the stage I wanted to reach, which was putting the first sketch or the first painting in a new sketchbook. And I also realised we've reached a stage which is another difficult stage in work, where it looks good. It's kind of roughly as I expected, not necessarily as good as I'd hoped, because one always has this hope of something extra and it's not there, but it's not really quite finished either. And I've got that fear, which we'll have, is if I carry on, I'll make it worse. So I'm going to carry on with it and see what happens. And I've recently come to ask myself, you know, what's this picture for? This picture is for me to learn. If I mess this up, does it really matter? Does it really matter that, you know, yes, it won't look amazing, but maybe the next picture I do that's a little bit similar to this is better. So I just think, well, let's carry on. I kind of like to fill in the whole thing, but I think if I do, I shall mess it up. So that's the dilemma. We've kind of gone through this video, which is what I wanted to say was how to start a new sketchbook. And I think I'm going to carry on with this, and I'm going to make another video to see where this goes to. And do I make it better or don't I? So you can join me in that video. The fear of making things worse. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.